All right, week 13 is already upon us, and that means the new season is just around the corner. But we have an issue. Just like kids need new clothes for the new school year, we need new paints for the upcoming season. So, what options do we have? Well, I can do it myself, except for the fact that I have no graphic design ability whatsoever, or we can pay for a custom paint. But that has its own issues. They're expensive. Everybody wants one, so you're going to have to work around the designer's schedule. Matter of fact, I just talked to somebody recently, and they're booked out 3 months in advance, so good luck getting something within a week. And you may not like the initial design that they come back with, and you have to go back and forth with them on it. If only there were an option that sat right in the middle where I could have a professional-looking paint scheme that I did myself. Lucky for me and for you, that option does exist, and they are the newest channel sponsor. So let's talk about SimWrapMarket.com. I figure the best way to show you about them is just walk you through me making my own paint scheme for the next season. So let's get into it. All right, we are here on the SimWrapMarket website. Their tagline is iRacing Paints Made Easy, and it really is. So you can see they've got 1,500 plus liveries, number sets, track cameras, all sorts of stuff. So we scroll down, you'll see all sorts of templates that really are different styles. So I think you'll find something that you like. And that's important because when you talk to a designer, they may understand what you're talking about or may not. But here you get to see it up front, right? So it's like I know exactly what my paint is going to look like before I even spend a dime. So this one's standing out to me. So let's go and take a look at it. And yeah, I really like that. I think I could do something with that. Here's all the information for it. So designer is Matt. It's Class A. Compatible software. So I will be using Photoshop, but if you don't have Photoshop, don't want to pay for it, GIMP is completely free, and I've used it extensively in the past. Photopea or Photopea is a Photoshop clone that is browser-based, so you don't even have to download anything. And yeah, release date, August 29th, so this is the new hotness, so it's just come out. And so, yeah, I think this is going to work well. But I also want to run the B car and the truck. And so what can we do there? Well, if you scroll down, you see this is part of a collection where it has the same template, and it's for both the other series as well. So we're just going to click View Collection. And so here are all 3 cars, and you get to see how it looks on all of them. So I'm going to add each of these to the cart, and we will come back and see it in Photoshop. All right, so we are now in Photoshop. We have downloaded the template and opened it up, and this is what we get. So this is not a Photoshop tutorial, but there is one fundamental concept that you need to understand, and that is layers. So if you look on the right-hand side here, this is where all your layers are. And it's just like a stack of papers. Whatever you have on the bottom is going to be hidden by whatever is laying on top of it, right? And so the directions is the top layer. It's the top of the stack of papers. And it has an eye icon, so that means we're seeing what's on this layer. And so if you turn the icon off, you don't see it, and you get to see everything that's under it. With the base, it's at the very bottom. If you turn it off, you see that there's like a checkerboard, and that means there's nothing there. It's transparent. It's not white. It's not black. It's nothing. It's transparent. And so once you really understand layers and how they're just stacking things on top of each other, that's really all a paint scheme is you just got all these layers that's covering the things below it, and then your sponsors are going to go on top of all of this, and then you just kind of, piece it together that way. So with that, what I like to do is first I will select the base layer, and I'm going to want that to be white. We're going to paint that, and boom. So it's already white. From there, I like to go and turn off and on everything and rename it to something that makes sense to me. So that looks like we're going to call that stripes. What is this one? We'll just call that accent 1. And we can always go back and rename it later if we need to. This is just a real quick thing that we will know what's going on later. Accent 3. We'll call that bottom. We'll call that hood. And what is this? Top stripes. So now let's just go and play around and see what we want colors to be. So this is the stripes. Let's go with like a dark red for them, and just click it, and bam, it's already done. Accent 1. Let's have that be gold. Accent 2. I'm going to want a little thicker gold, so we'll go with that. Same for that. Yeah, I like that. Bottom is white. Let's go red with that, just to make it a little different. The hood is going to be red. And the top stripes up here, let's make that gold. So, yeah, I want to see what this is like. So we're going to save the TGA file, open it in iRacing, and just take a quick look. You know, you're going to be doing that a lot. So you'll make some changes here. You'll load it up in iRacing, see what it looks like, come back and modify. But as you can see, I have a pretty good looking paint like already, and that took, what, 2 minutes? And there is absolutely no way that I could have done this myself. So yeah, let's move over to iRacing and see what we've got. Okay, we are now here in iRacing, and I have saved the file in the correct paint folder for the car. And so to see it in iRacing now, we're just going to go to My Content. I'm going to select the car and go to Paint Car, bring up the paint booth. And here it is loaded. Now, one thing about this is you're going to need to turn trading paints off. If you have trading paints loaded, it will continuously reload to what is already in trading paints. So if you turn trading paints off and delete the TGA file that has your car number in there so that it's pulling just locally, and then you resave over that, that's how you get this. So that does trip a lot of people up. But anyway, this is the paint that we have. So obviously there are no sponsors on there yet. We don't have any custom numbers or anything like that. But yeah, this is way better than anything I could have come up with. And it took, what, 5 minutes? Something like that. So yeah, I'll go back in and show you like how to do a sponsor logo or something like that. So we'll put like Campbell's on the hood or something like that. And yeah, so this is a really good start and way better than I could have done. And yeah, it took 5 minutes, and we've already got something that looks pretty decent. So yeah, let's go slap some logos on this bad boy. Okay, so we are back in Photoshop now, and we are ready to start putting some logos on the car. So my tab over here, I have a black logo, a white logo, and the little medallion that is going to go on the hood. So first, let's go over here and let's create a new folder. I'm going to call this logos. And this way we'll keep everything together, and we'll be able to turn it on and off easily if we do a spec map later. So, all right, so let's go and grab the white. Let's resize this down just so it's not so big. And we're going to copy that, come back over here, be here, paste it, and rotate it around, resize it. We're just getting it close. It's going to get in the middle. Now, if you don't want to just save this out and then go back into iRacing and be like, oh, that's too small, or it's too high or too low, little trick is you can go here and wire. If you turn on the wire layer, then it shows you kind of where everything is on the car. So let's bring this up. I want it to be just under like the ZL1, but see, like, I think it's a little small right now. So let's go ahead and bring that out, and then just kind of center it here on the center line, and yeah, looks pretty good there. So let's go and grab the medallion piece. Let's copy that. Come here. Let's put that in the logos here. Resize that down. Rotate it. And so this part doesn't take any graphic design knowledge. That's why I'm able to do this stuff. You know, I mean, all you're doing is just putting stickers on a car. So, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Let's go back. I will turn the wire off. Let's go and save this and look and see what it looks like back in iRacing real quick. Okay, we are back in iRacing, and as you can see, we've got our sponsors on the car. Looks like this is a little low. I'm going to want it a little bigger, so I'm going to go back and adjust that. The medallion on there looks pretty good, so I'll probably leave that. But yeah, so I'm going to go back and add all of the sponsors to the car. I'm not going to do anything else to it, just that. But not going to have you guys wait around while I do all of that. So yeah, I'm just going to go back and continue to put sponsors on and adjust things, and yeah, we'll look at it after that. All right, so I've got all of my sponsors on there, and so let's go see what the car looks like now. So we go back into the paint booth, and that is a car that you can put out on track, and it is going to look damn good. And like I said, I didn't do any graphics work here. All I did was slap logos on the car, which is super, super simple to do. And yeah, very, very happy with this. So I am going to make some changes though. So I think I am going to add a spec map to it. And yeah, then we're going to need some custom numbers. And I might like a little design in here. This looks a little bit flat. So maybe we can add a little design to make it pop a little bit more. But yeah, so far all I've done, I added a drop shadow to these to make them pop a little bit more, and yeah, just slap stickers on the car. So that's all I've done, and we've got something that can go out and look fantastic as is, but we're gonna make it a little bit better. So let's go and start doing that. Okay, so we're back in Photoshop, and as you can see, we've got the custom spec map here. This is where you can make things look rough or shiny or things like that. And so if we open it up, all I have done here is with the base paint. So this is a super simple spec map. But I click in here, and I have a color overlay. Now with this, spec maps are a little bit different. You want it to be on the B and not the H, and for this one I wanted to go with a 60-20-0. There are websites out there that explain what all of this is, and so it's not something that you have to do, but it can kind of spice things up just a little bit. So I've done 3 numbers here. So for the red I did a 60, for the green I did a 20, and for the blue I did a 0, all on the base paint. And so if we hop back over to iRacing, this is what it's going to look like. So just adds a little bit of a shine to it. For the numbers that I have, you can make it dull or whatever, but yeah, so I really like that. It's just kind of added a shine to the red, and yeah, like everything is just a little bit glossier, and so I think that adds a really nice touch to it. And again, I have only spent $12 on this car. Like I've just bought the $12 base template, slapped some logos on it, and added a spec map. And this thing looks fantastic. But I think there's still a little bit more that we can do. So let's head back over to the website. All right, so we are back on the SimWrapMarket website, and we've got our base template and all that, but I want some custom numbers. So let's go to Design Assets and Number Sets, and here are the custom number sets. So just pick one that you like, And yeah, we'll do that. And in addition to the number sets, I really want to make this thing stand out. So let's go over to patterns. And so you can get a camo pattern. You can get all sorts of stuff. I really like the honeycomb here. So I think I'm going to pick that up and we can do something with it as well. So yeah, let's hop back in Photoshop and go from there. All right, we're back in Photoshop, and as you can see, I selected number set 18, and here is what you get with that. So you've got your wide for single digit or teen use, and for 2-digit numbers here. So I think I'm going to go with here. So let's turn the template off, and from here, you can see I've got the right skew selected. So if we want to make sure that we're getting the right one, so we go there. I want the 1, and I'm just going to bring that over into a new document. Put the 1 there. Let me grab the 5. We'll put that here. Let's move these over. And so here I have complete control. If I want, you know, there to be a wide gap here, if I want the sizing to be different, say I want the 5 a little bit bigger, I could do that up. I can make it, you know, kind of touch. I can do whatever I want here. So you have complete control over what you want. So let's go with that. And here, all the things are, yeah, selected. So you can just change your colors up the way you want. So I'm going to select this. And what do we go with here? So that's going to be gold. All right, let's go with red and select color 2. And let's go with gold. So I like that. I'm going to want different options though, right? So I'm going to save this out as a file, and then that'll just be my like gold right 15. I'm going to do that. Then let's say, hey, I want a red one as well. So let's go back, select that as that. Let's go there. Hey, I've got a red 15 that's already there. You want white? Bam, it's white. So you can really quickly swap between your different colors and do that. So I'm going to go and make ones of those, and I'm going to go back and also pick up the left skew because I want both sides of the vehicle. I want the 15 to be like getting blown back, right? So yeah, I will go do that and show you what that looks like on the car. Okay, I got the custom numbers done, and turns out I did not like the gold the way that it looked, so I just made white instead for the doors, and it took all of 2 minutes to change that. And so that's one of the great things about this is you look at it, say, hey, I don't like that, and I can change it. So here is what we have now, and yeah, I think that looks really, really sharp. And yeah, so I've got the white there on the back and this side, and then I went with red up top. So you can change things how you see fit, and we are almost done. But remember, I got that honeycomb pattern, and what I think I want to do is look and see what that would look like here on the red. So yeah, back here it's just kind of, I like the shine, but there's a lot of empty space there. So I think it would look really cool if we had a honeycomb pattern on that. So yeah, I'm going to go do that real quick. And it's the same thing in Photoshop. You download the asset, and it's just going to be an overlay on top, and then you clip it to the red, and it's there. So yeah, I'll kind of skip through that. Let me know if you guys have issues with that and need me to explain it. But yeah, so gonna skip that, and we're just gonna come back and see what that looks like with that done. All right, so I added the texture to it, and here it is. And I think that is just a really nice finishing touch to it. Just makes it pop just a little bit more, and it's got that spec map with it as well. So I think it looks really good, really just that finishing professional touch, you know. And so yeah, makes this not so bland in the back. But yeah, that is completely it. So I am not a graphic designer at all, and yet I was able to make a fantastic professional looking paint scheme from using SimWrapMarket.com. So yeah, thanks to them for coming on board and sponsoring the channel. And yeah, I'm looking forward to running this bad boy out on track this next season. So yeah, that will do it from here. If you have any questions, drop a comment, let me know, and yeah, I will try to answer everything as best I can. But yeah, looking forward to getting out on track for the next season. And thanks to SimWrapMarket, I am going to look great doing it. So that'll do it from here. Thanks for watching.